Welcome to Timeless Wisdom for Seniors, the place where we celebrate a life well lived and the joy of making every year count. Reaching 70 and beyond is a gift. You've gathered decades of wisdom, strength, and stories. And now it's time to enjoy life with more peace and less baggage. Today we're sharing 10 things to let go of after 70. Not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel lighter, freer, and happier. Let's begin. Number 1. Let go of guilt from the past. We all have moments we wish we could redo. Maybe it was a harsh word said in anger, a missed opportunity, or a choice we made that led to unexpected consequences. These memories can linger in our minds, whispering, "What if?" or "if only." But guilt chains us to what we can't change. It keeps us locked in the past, replaying old scenes that no longer serve us. The truth is, guilt doesn't undo the past. It only robs us of peace in the present. At 70, it's time to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the things you didn't know, for the chances you didn't take, for the times you were just doing your best to survive, even if it didn't look perfect from the outside. For example, maybe you weren't able to attend all your children's events when they were young because you were working long hours to support the family. And now, years later, you carry that guilt, thinking you missed out. But in reality, you gave them stability. You gave them love in the way you could. That matters more than perfection. Being human means making mistakes, but it also means growing, learning, and forgiving, not just others, but ourselves too. You did the best you could with what you knew and what you had at the time. Now it's time to let go of guilt and move forward with grace, self-compassion, and the freedom to fully enjoy the life ahead. Number 2, let go of the need for approval. For so much of life, we're taught to seek approval, to be the good parent, the perfect employee, the reliable sibling, the agreeable friend. We measure our worth through praise, promotions, or pats on the back. But at some point we must ask, when is it enough? The truth is, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone anymore. Not to your children, not to your community, not even to yourself. You've already lived, learned, and loved. You've made sacrifices. You've shown up, and that's more than enough. Brings to mind a friend of mine called Victoria. She is a 72-year-old woman who spent decades being the glue of her family. She hosted every holiday, kept the peace during family disputes, and always put everyone else's needs first. Even when she wanted to travel or take up painting, she held back, worried someone might think she was being selfish or irresponsible. Then, after a quiet conversation with a friend at a coffee shop, something clicked. The friend said, "You've already done your part. Isn't it time to live for you now?" So Victoria booked a solo trip to Italy, something she'd dreamed of for 30 years. When her daughter questioned it, Victoria simply said, "I've raised my family. I've built my life around others. Now, I'm doing something for me." And she came back glowing, free, fulfilled, and finally at peace with putting her own joy first. You don't need to explain your choices or justify your dreams. You've earned the freedom to live life on your terms. Trust your instincts. They're wiser than you think. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Number 3, let go of toxic relationships. By now, you've likely poured your heart, time, and energy into many relationships. Family, friends, neighbors, or even longtime acquaintances. But not all of those connections have been healthy or kind. Sometimes, we hold on to relationships out of habit, obligation, or guilt. But if someone consistently leaves you feeling drained, criticized, or undervalued, it's time to ask, is this connection bringing me peace or pain? For instance, let's say you have an old friend who calls you regularly, but every conversation turns into a complaint session. They never ask how you're doing. They rehash old grudges. They dismiss your thoughts. After hanging up, you always feel emotionally exhausted, even sad. Or maybe there's a family member who constantly belittles your choices or brings up mistakes from years ago, no matter how much time has passed or how much you've grown. You've spent years trying to keep the peace, to be the bigger person. But now, it's okay to choose your peace over their chaos. Setting boundaries, or even stepping back entirely, isn't selfish. It's self-respect. You're not turning your back on people. You're turning toward peace, joy, and emotional safety. At this stage in life, you've earned the right to say, I want relationships that nourish me, not drain me. Let go of the people who don't celebrate who you are now. Number 4, let go of physical clutter. That attic full of boxes, closets overflowing with clothes, and drawers packed with someday items? They don't just take up space in your home, they take up space in your mind and heart too. Letting go of clutter doesn't mean letting go of your memories. It means choosing to surround yourself only with what brings you joy, comfort, and ease right now. After 70, your space should reflect who you are today, not who you were 30 or 40 years ago. Example, maybe you still have boxes of old paperwork from when you worked full-time, or your closet is filled with formal clothes you haven't worn in a decade. These items might have meant something once, but now they're just reminders of a chapter that's already been written. Instead of holding on to them just in case, try this. Keep 1 or 2 meaningful pieces. A blazer that reminds you of your proudest moment at work, or a keepsake from a special vacation, and let the rest go. Give those unused items a new purpose by donating them to someone in need. You're not losing memories. You're creating more room for your present and future. A decluttered space can lead to a decluttered mind, and that peace is a gift you deserve. Number 5, let go of the fear of aging. Aging is not a curse, it's a privilege, one that's denied to many. But we often treat it like something to battle or hide, instead of honoring the beauty and strength that come with it. Every wrinkle carries the memory of laughter and lessons. Every gray hair speaks of experience, endurance, and grace. Aging doesn't mean you're fading, it means you've lasted. Margaret is a 74-year-old woman who used to dread her reflection. She'd cover her gray roots, avoid birthday celebrations, and feel invisible in a world that seemed to only value the young. But one day, while watching her granddaughter play dress-up, something shifted. Her granddaughter looked up at her and said, "Grandma, I hope I have hair just like yours when I grow up. It looks like a crown." That simple comment opened Margaret's eyes. To her granddaughter, she wasn't old. She was majestic, strong, beautiful. From that day on, Margaret stopped dyeing her hair and started wearing it proudly. She embraced her age, joined a local walking club, and even started a blog sharing life lessons and memories. She realized aging isn't something to fear. It's a reflection of all she's survived and everything she still has to offer. So let go of the fear. Number 6, outdated expectations. Maybe you thought life would look different by now. You had plans, hopes, a vision of how things were supposed to go, where you'd be, what you'd have, who would be by your side. But life, as it often does, had its own ideas. And that's okay. It's natural to reflect and wonder, what if I'd chosen differently? Or I should have done this sooner. But the truth is, holding on to regret doesn't change the past. It only steals the joy that's possible in the present. Let go of the should-haves and could-haves. Those words carry the weight of expectations that no longer serve you. They belong to a version of you that didn't yet know what you know now. Life isn't a tidy script. It's a winding, unpredictable journey. You may have taken detours, faced setbacks, or ended up somewhere unexpected. But every twist, every turn has shaped the person you are today. What matters now is not the path you didn't take, but the life you choose to live from here forward. The peace you cultivate, the joy you allow yourself to feel, the simple moments you embrace. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Still capable of growth, discovery, and fulfillment. Let go of the past script. The page in front of you is blank, and it's yours to write. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Number 7. Worrying about what others think. Let them think what they want. You've lived long enough to know this truth. Opinions are like the wind, shifting, unpredictable, and often based on incomplete stories. People will judge no matter what you do. Whether you speak up or stay silent, follow the crowd or walk your own path. But the difference now is you don't have to let it matter anymore. You've earned your wisdom. You've lived through decades of challenges, victories, heartbreaks, and growth. The idea that someone else's opinion should dictate your happiness? That's a burden you can finally put down. Letting go of what others think isn't about becoming cold or careless. It's about choosing peace of mind over people-pleasing. It's about waking up in the morning and liking the person you see in the mirror, whether or not the world approves. Wear the outfit you love. Share your thoughts without apologizing. Spend your time the way you want. Be loud if you're loud. Be quiet if you're quiet. Be soft. Be strong. Be still. Be joyful. Just be you. Because the older you get, the clearer it becomes. Life is too short to shrink yourself for someone else's comfort. Let them talk. Let them think. And let yourself be free. Number 8. Fear of learning new things. One of the most damaging myths we carry into later life is the idea that learning is only for the young. That past a certain age, curiosity fades and growth stops. But nothing could be further from the truth. It's never too late to learn. Your brain may be older, but it's still vibrant, capable, and full of potential. In fact, with age often comes better focus, deeper understanding, and the patience that makes true learning possible. Let go of the belief that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That saying was never true, and it certainly doesn't apply to you. You can learn how to use a smartphone. You can pick up a new hobby: gardening, photography, watercolor painting, or even ballroom dancing. You can sign up for an online course in philosophy, creative writing, or history, just because it brings you joy. You can even learn to heal, forgive, or reconnect. Emotional growth counts too. What matters isn't speed or perfection. What matters is that you try, that you remain open, that you say, "Why not me?" instead of "I'm too old." Every time you learn something new, you remind the world and yourself that age doesn't define possibility. Attitude does. Number 9. Let go of holding on to pain. We all carry wounds. Some are easy to see: loss, heartbreak, betrayal. Others are tucked deep inside: quiet disappointments, unspoken grief, unresolved conflict, or regrets we've never shared. These emotional burdens often become part of our daily lives without us even realizing it. But here's the truth: holding on to pain doesn't protect us. It only prolongs our suffering. You don't have to carry it all anymore. There is no shame in having been hurt. What matters is how you care for that pain, and ultimately, how you release it. Because healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the grip of what was, so you can live more fully in what is. Talk to someone. A trusted friend, a counselor, a support group. Write it down. Let the words flow without judgment. Cry if you need to. Tears are not weakness. They're release. Forgive. Not for others, but for yourself. That doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means choosing not to relive it every day. You deserve peace, not just in your surroundings, but in your heart. You've carried enough. It's time to set some of it down, because your past may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to anchor you. Let go. Number 10, let go of the idea that the best is behind you. Who decided that the best years of life end at a certain age? Who says that joy has an expiration date, or that adventure stops after 60, 70, or beyond? It's time to challenge that belief and let it go. Your best years aren't a memory. They can still be moments waiting just ahead. The laughter, the peace, the new friendships, the deeper love, the quiet mornings filled with gratitude, the hobbies you never had time for, the places you've yet to see, it's all still possible. So many people fall into the trap of thinking, I've already lived the good part. But age doesn't limit joy. Expectation does. When you start believing there's still beauty in the road ahead, life begins to shift. The heart opens again. The eyes start to notice little miracles. The soul starts to dream. Let go of the limiting thought that your story is winding down. Because what if the most meaningful chapter is still unwritten? What if the most heartfelt I love you is still to be said? What if your biggest belly laugh is still to come? You are not finished. You are still becoming. Your best years are not behind you. They're wherever you choose to find joy, connection, and purpose. Starting now. If this video spoke to you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. This is Timeless Wisdom for Seniors. Thanks for watching, and here's to living lighter, freer, and happier than ever before.